Deep, deep, deep underground lived a worm. Not just any worm. This was Wiggles, the silliest worm in the world. He was known far and wide for his goofy antics and his love for wiggling around. He was extra long, extra squishy, and extra wiggly. Wiggles had a problem, a big problem. He was bored. Every day felt the same, and he longed for something exciting.
Being underground is boring. There's nothing to do but dig and eat dirt. I wish I had an adventure, something thrilling and fun.
Suddenly, a tiny voice squeaked from above.
Adventure? Did someone say adventure? I love adventures.
A ladybug no bigger than Wiggles' nose stood proudly on a pebble. She had a sparkle in her eyes.
I'm Dot, and I love adventures. I know all the best spots in the garden. We should go on one together. Imagine the fun we could have.
Wiggles almost laughed. A ladybug? Going on an adventure with him? Now that was funny, but maybe, just maybe, this could be the excitement he was looking for. And so, Wiggles and Dot set off on what would become the most unforgettable adventure of their lives.
Okay, Dot, let's go on an adventure. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see what we discover. But how do we get out of here? This place is like a maze. We need to find a way to the surface.
Dot, small but mighty, puffed out her chest. She was ready to take on any challenge that came their way.
Leave that to me. I've got a plan.
She flew onto Wiggles' head and shouted. Her energy was infectious, and everyone felt a surge of excitement.
To the surface! Whee! This is going to be the best adventure ever.
Wiggles felt a surge of excitement. He had never felt so alive. They were really doing this. The journey was just beginning, and the possibilities were endless. Up, up, up they went, bursting through the ground into the bright sunshine. The world above was waiting for them.
Whoa, this is incredible. Look at all the light.
Gasped Wiggles, momentarily blinded. The brightness was overwhelming but exhilarating. He'd never seen so much light. It was like stepping into a whole new world. As his eyes adjusted, he realized they weren't alone. There were so many creatures around them. A group of seagulls stared at them, beaks wide open. They seemed just as surprised as Wiggles and Dot.
Look at the size of that worm! It's gigantic! This adventure is full of surprises!
We need a new plan, Dot. This seaweed mystery is getting out of hand.
Yelled Wiggles over the seagull commotion. The seagulls were causing such a ruckus that it was hard to think straight. Thinking fast, he slurped up a nearby garden hose with his mouth and aimed it towards the sea. He hoped this would help clear the confusion.
Hang on tight. This is going to be a wild ride.
He shouted, the water pressure launching them into the air. They soared above the waves, feeling the rush of the wind. Splash! They landed with a comical thud, right on top of a grumpy-looking crab. The crab's eyes widened in surprise.
Can't a crab get some peace and quiet around here? This is my home, you know,
grumbled the crab, shoving Wiggles off his shell. He was clearly not in the mood for visitors. Dot buzzed around the crab's head, trying to calm him down.
Have you seen any missing seaweed around here? It's very important. We need it to restore balance to our underwater garden.
The crab pointed a claw towards a group of giggling sardines. They seemed to be up to something mischievous.
Those little rascals. They've been causing trouble all day. They've been using it to play jump rope. No wonder the seaweed has been disappearing.
Wiggles and Dot swam towards the sardines, who were indeed having a grand old time with the missing seaweed.
Excuse me, that seaweed belongs to... Uh-oh.
Wiggles wasn't listening. He was staring at something behind the sardines. Something big, something round, something pink. It was another worm. And this worm was even bigger and wigglier than Wiggles. The other worm smiled, revealing a row of sparkly teeth.
Hi, I'm Wanda. Want to be friends?
Wiggles, speechless for once, could only nod enthusiastically. Adventures were definitely more fun with a friend, especially a friend who was a giant, sparkly-toothed worm.